Hello, everybody. Welcome back to You've Been Josh with Josh. I am your host, Josh. I hope everybody's been doing well. It's almost Christmas, guys. Freaking flew by. Holy crap. It's in 3 days, which is absolutely insane. And then I was thinking about the fact how New Year's is so close after that. I was like, oh my God, we're going to have Christmas. And then right afterwards, next week, it's going to be New Year's. And it's going to be like, what the fuck? I've been having a lot of stomach issues lately. I know this is totally like out of left field, but if you watch the streams, I took off Monday. I wasn't feeling the greatest. And a week prior to that, I wasn't feeling the greatest. I either have a bug or I ate something bad. I don't know what's going on, but I've been having more issues lately, and I'm hoping to go just get a once over at the doctor like next week just to make sure everything's a-okay, because I'm at that age where things start showing up, and I'm like, hopefully I'm okay. But it's all good. Everything else is fine. I'm not like sick or anything like that. I just like stomach issues. But it is what it is. You know, it's life. You grow older, things happen. You get arthritis, you lose your hair, you start getting other weird shit going on. You're just like, oh, it's an adult. I'm a human being. Makes sense. Spider-Man No Way Home came out this past weekend. If you haven't seen it, please, for the love of God, drop everything that you're doing. Take your family out as a Christmas gift to go see No Way Home. Please. If you like Spider-Man and you like Marvel, you will cream your pants. Not only that, you will cry. And I won't say anything more than that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had tears of joy and tears of sorrow and tears of happiness and tears of just everything. I was just crying. There was always one single tear running down my face the entirety of that movie. And I was like a kid in a candy store. Very, very excited. And I was so happy I got to go see it on the opening weekend. But seriously, go see it. It's fantastic. All jokes aside, fantastic movie. If you like Marvel, go see it. Then we can talk about it. And I'd love to. So please, go see it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, Christmas, guys, it's in 3 days. But it's Tuesday right now when I'm recording this. But when you guys listen to this on Wednesday, it'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yes, those 3 days. 3 days until freaking Christmas. It's crazy. Flew by so fucking fast. Oh my God. Yeah, Joy and I have been playing Christmas music. Because our apartment's so small, like we don't have like room for things. And now that I've upgraded some of my streaming equipment, we realized that we had no room for a tree. We tried to put it up and there was no room for it. And we're like, well, fuck, shit. So we took the tree back outside and we put up a fireplace on the TV, and that's like our decorations. And I have some string lights on our walls that are like Christmas lights. So it is what it is. We're making the best of it. But we've been just listening to Christmas music. We had the fireplace on. We've been drinking hot cocoa, watching a lot of Christmas movies. One of the things we like to do is we like to watch all the good Christmas movies. And then leading up to Christmas, we'll watch a bunch of really shitty Hallmark ones and make fun of them and laugh about it. And then we'll watch a couple good ones right before Christmas, like Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day. And then we'll watch some bad ones again just because they're fucking hilarious. And there's so many. There are so many Christmas movie guys. It's like one of those things where like, yeah, you have all the good Christmas movies, but then like Hallmark and like now Peacock and like all these other like streaming services and Netflix and stuff will come out with just like 10 to 20 movies every year that are just Christmas themed, and they're the same fucking stories. Some of them not even well thought out or written. And it's just so funny. It is so funny. If you like watching bad movies, just if you have a smart TV, just go on any of like the free channels or apps and just look up Christmas, and you will find so many, and it's 100% worth it. 100%. So fucking funny. But what is your guys' favorite Christmas song? Actually, I would like to know that. If you want to tweet that at me, what your favorite Christmas song is. Mine personally is it sounds ironic, but the Christmas song. My favorite Christmas song is the Christmas song. Or Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, if that makes it even more. I don't know why they call it the Christmas song. Maybe it's because it's the one that most people know. I don't know. But it's the chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That one. Fucking great. My personal preferred version is the Nat King Cole because, of course, fucking legend. But then, of course, Frank Sinatra, another legend. That his version is just as good. But Nat King Cole is like that vibe. Like it makes you want to just curl up in a sweater with some hot cocoa next to a fire and a Christmas tree and just slurp on that hot cocoa and go, yes, Christmas. Dude, such a good song. Such a good song. That's the thing. Christmas time, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, it's just that holiday. There's a certain feeling that this time of year brings. Specifically if you're out and about, because the cold, smell in the air, crispness. I've talked about this before, but it's just there's a specific feeling that you get, and it's wonderful. But yeah, no, I that's my favorite song, the Christmas song. Favorite Christmas song is "The Christmas Song" by Nat King Cole specifically. Shoot me a tweet, or just DM me or something. I want to know what you guys' favorite Christmas song is because there's so many. There's so many Christmas songs. Actually, there's not that many. There's like a few, but still. God damn, I'm derailing today. I am cracked out of my mind today, guys. I stayed up really late last night because I slept a good portion of the day yesterday because I was feeling shitty. It was Monday, and then I woke up. I learned how to code. I learned how to code Google Sheets. Very odd skill to learn, but I like learning new skills. And I've been really wanting to learn how to use Google Sheets to make a interactive summary sheets. Like it's like a to-do list basically. So I made a. I used to have. God damn. Okay, let me focus a little bit. Let me focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so you know how I like to trophy hunt. You guys know that I like to trophy hunt. It's fun. It's PlayStation's trophy hunting, and collect trophies. And how the whole system works is each trophy has a certain amount of points that you get per trophy based on its value. So, like bronze is worth 3 points. Okay, and it's a bronze trophy. A silver trophy is worth 6, and then a gold trophy is worth 15 points, and a platinum is worth 30. And so, depending on the size of the game, how many trophies they have, all those different things. When you complete a game, you get a certain amount of points. And that points is basically XP. And that XP will level you up, and then you have different things and blah, 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 blah. So there's a bunch of little variables in it. It's very mathematical. And you can like figure out, oh, if I play this game, I'm going to level up twice. And if I do this or do this or do this, and you can kind of figure that out, but you have to do the math for it. So my analytical mindset was like, if I go onto Google Sheets, just where you would do like your books for like taxes and whatnot, and I code it to read certain columns, so that way, as I'm completing these games with their DLCs and stuff, I can see how many trophies I'm going to make once I complete all of these games, how many platinums I have, how many games I have completed, how many I have 100% completed, how many I have bought, how many I have actually bought, and then also how many points I'll have and how many trophies I have. And so I learned how to do this at like midnight last night. Actually, it was like 9 p.m. because I was watching Crimson stream while I was doing this. And I figured out how to code each column to read other columns. So that way, as I'm completing them and I'm checking these off, it actually adds the values and summarizes into it by the column and the relative column that it's reading. So now when I'm completing each game that I do, or if I add a new one and I check them off, it will add the summary so I can see how many I have. So it's a little bit different from the PSN. Plus, I get to put all of the games that I currently own. Because with PSN, like the PSN profiles, the PlayStation profiles, it lists all the games you've played. It doesn't show you all the games you own and the ones you haven't touched yet. It only shows you the ones you've played so far. So I wanted to take all the games I own, because I own a bunch, because I always buy them when they're on sale or they're, like whatever, in bundles. And I wanted to take all those games, which I still have to do. I have to write all these down and just put all the ones that I've played before on the list so far. I want to take all the games I own, put them in there, and then list them down. So that way I can look at how many trophies I will have after I complete every game that I own at 100% completion, how many points I'll be at, and therefore the relevance to what level I'll be at when I complete them all. Because my goal for 2022 is to kind of complete in 100% as many as I can and clean up my profile. So I wanted to list everything down, and now I don't have to do the math myself anymore. I can literally just put it in and implement it into this new sheet that I have, and it'll tell me, which is fucking sick. I know this is totally like out of left field. Actually, it's kind of not, but it probably doesn't make much sense, and it probably doesn't interest you guys, but I am such a nerd about this shit, and like it made me super excited that I was able to do something myself and build it, and then like it fits the need that I have. Oh no, it was super cool. That was my Christmas gift to myself, and I was very proud of myself for learning that new skill. And now I can do Google Sheets like a fucking badass, and I'm going to use this to budget shit, and I'm going to use that same formula that I made up to like figure out like my bills and shit, because I was just using basic stuff and doing the math myself, but now I can just let it do everything myself itself for me. It'll automate itself. It's like using redstone in Minecraft. That's all that coding is, guys. It's like redstone in Minecraft, you know? If you can build it yourself, do it, you know? Anyway, totally off topic, totally out of left field, derailed. Let's get back to Christmas, shall we? Because that's what everyone's here for. Christmas time. It's almost Christmas time. 3 days, guys. 3 days. This will be the first year that Joy and I will be spending Christmas not with family, but just with ourselves. And it sucks a little bit, you know. My whole family is going down to Florida for Christmas, so we just don't have the money to go down there. Also, our car is on a fritz. Since we got it, it keeps having a problem after problem after problem, and Jeep parts, which is the parts that we own a Jeep. Jeep parts are on back order right now in the United States. So the part, like, we know what's wrong with it now, thankfully, because it was like up in the air for a long time. We know what's wrong with it, but the part that they need, they can't get yet. So we have to wait for that to happen. Wait for them to get that piece. Then they're going to call us, and then we have to go in and get it done. It's going to be pretty pricey, but then they'll be done. The car is basically like new, besides this one issue. So we're just like, we'll just wait. We'll get it. But because of that reasoning, the main problem with the car is it's something to do with like the axis or something. I don't remember the exact wording. I'm not good with cars. I might be smart when it comes to games and coding fucking Google Sheets, but when it comes to cars, I have no idea. Maybe that's another skill I should learn. Maybe I should learn how to fix cars. It'd be kind of funny. But whenever we drive and we get past like 50 miles an hour, the car goes into safety mode and shuts off. So we decelerate, and then we have to stop the car and turn it off and wait. And we figured out what the issue was, at least the guy at the shop did. And it's an easy fix, but it's a little pricey, and then also the pieces they need. So we have to wait for that. So we can't drive to Joy's family's house, which they live like 3 hours away. So it's a bit of a hike, and the highways getting there is like 70 miles an hour. So we're gonna be chilling here, her and I. It'll be the first Christmas that we're not spending with family, but it's exciting because her and I get to make our own traditions. We're gonna make we were gonna do another duck because we really liked it from Thanksgiving, but then it was very hard to like take all the meat off the bone and everything. So I think we were gonna do an easy Christmas meal this year. I think we were gonna do like New York strip steak with potatoes and asparagus and Brussels sprouts. Very like hearty meal. We're just gonna watch Christmas movies, and we're doing stocking stuffers for each other, and because of cash, and then also all of the other things being shut down this past year, I've been meaning to go get my tattoo on my ass from the subathon we did back in January. It's almost been a whole fucking year. because of everything being shut down. But then also with me going full time, I was like, oh shit, no money. So my Christmas gift to myself, and technically from Joy, is getting that tattoo, which we're planning to get at the end of this month, like right before New Year's. And she's getting her nose pierced. That's our gift to each other. I know it seems very simple, but like that's fine. That's the thing. We did this. We did the streaming thing and all that, even knowing full well that we wouldn't have a lot of money. But we're happy. Like, I get to do shit like this. I literally slept in. I slept in till noon today, guys. I know I've been sick, and also I slept a big portion yesterday and then stayed up because of me sleeping. But I slept until noon today. Me and the dog went on a run. It was very, very nice. And then I came home, cleaned some of the apartment, got in a call with JP, and then got on here and started recording the podcast. And that's just, I wouldn't be able to do shit like this. And I have a meeting later at because it's, what time is it? It's 4 p.m. right now. I gotta get into a call at 8 p.m. because they're on Pacific, so that's 5 p.m. for them, to talk about the partnership that I've been working on that I kind of mentioned yesterday, last week on the podcast. And I wouldn't be able to do stuff like that. I wouldn't be able to work on things like this if I was working, because right now I'd probably be at work, just crazy. And I that's the one thing that I'm happy about. So yeah, I might be getting just a small tattoo for myself for Christmas. That was something that I needed to get because it was one of the sub goals. So it's not like something that I was like, oh, I'm going to get this because I want it. It's like, no, I need to get it because you guys paid for it and you guys wanted me to get an ass tattoo. But my Christmas gift is the fact that I get to fucking stream as my job, guys. Because that was something I talked to my parents the other day about Christmas, and they're like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, what do you want? And I was like, well, I already have enough. I have a dog. I have a wife. I get to do this as my fucking job. Like, yeah, gifts are nice and all, but goddamn, what more do I want? I'd like to be stable with my, financially stable. That's always a hope for everybody. But at the end of the day, I got everything I need, I'm just happy. I'm just happy, guys. And it's a good place to be. It's a good mindset to be. Just be happy. I don't know. I've been just super, super happy lately. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be spending Christmas. Sorry, derail. We're going to be spending Christmas by ourselves this year. And it's not a bad thing. I'm very excited about it. Joy and I are going to make the best of it, and hang out and have just a really lovely Christmas, And I know this past year, a lot of people for holidays and stuff haven't been able to see family because of different reasons. They're traveling and whatnot. And it sucks. The last 2 years have been super weird. And it's definitely been something people look back on, is this Bandit. You got to shake like that, man. You got to shake like that. He just woke up from a nap and shook off. People are going to look back at 2020 and 2021 and remember it because it's been such a weird time. A lot of people have had to give up things. A lot of people have lost a lot of people. It's crazy. But I'll talk more about that next week, because next week is going to be about previous years and the years to come, because it's the New Year's, So I'm excited for that. But yeah, guys, the real gift of Christmas is who you spend it with, and the people around you. The things you have in your life. That's the real gift of Christmas. Other people have other reasons for what Christmas means, Me personally, it's the people around me and what I have currently. And in my life, what I have is a sick-ass fucking job, a sick-ass fucking wife, and a sick-ass fucking dog, guys. I'm only going to mention this very, very briefly, because it is a sad topic. But last week, Joy and I had a nice brunch together. And we wanted to go out and get brunch stuff to come home and have a nice brunch at our house. And we went out and got the groceries, and we came back. And when we were getting out of the car, we heard a commotion and some yelping. and we witnessed a dog getting hit by a car, and it was really fucking sad. And I don't want to talk about too much about it because I know it's a sensitive topic for a lot of people. Plus, it is a sensitive topic for me. But it was really fucking sad, and we're hoping that the dog is okay. They bundled the dog up because it was laying in the grass, and they took it to the vet. And we don't know the people, so we can't follow up with them. But it really put into perspective, like just how life is fleeting. Life is very fleeting. And Joy and I, we spoiled Bandit a little bit extra this week, because of that reason. And like we all have people and pets in our lives that we care deeply for, and we love them. And it's I feel like death is something that people just don't feel comfortable talking about. It's a hard topic, but also I think it is something that we should be able to talk about freely, because I feel like, again, it goes into just open communication, which is something I am so solidified on, is people should be more open and with talking and having open communication with other people. But yeah, people have people in their lives that they care for, and we don't want anything to happen to them, And that's why I think, in my eyes, the real value of Christmas is spending time with people you love and sharing personal moments with them, because that is the most important part of life, guys, is sharing. Sharing moments with other people. Those are the moments you remember. If you have spent a moment with someone in any shape or form, if you shared a moment with someone personally, you will remember that. You will forget what you have for breakfast. Your body's on auto. In relevance terms to Twitch, you're on auto host mode. You're hosting. You yourself are just auto hosting yourself. Like, you're like, hey, gotta wake up, gotta shower, gotta eat food, gotta do this, gotta do that. You're breathing. Your blood's pumping for you without you having to think about it. And you're breathing because you've grown so accustomed to it. You're doing that just because it's what you do. That's living. That's survival. You're doing it. But when you share a moment with somebody else and you have a conversation with them, that's something you remember because you shared that with them, and that's what Christmas is all about. You gotta see people and hang out and relax, and that's what the holidays are for. Like, and I know a lot of people can't do that. That's why you should get in a voice call. If you get in a VC, get in a video call, spend time with people, hang out, make the best of it, because that's the real gift of Christmas. God bless us, everyone. But no, it's just because of all that. Joy and I were just thinking about like all of our previous pets, and of course Bandit, because we would hate to have anything happen to our little boy. And I just figured I'd talk to you guys a little bit about my previous pets and about Bandit, because you guys know him. You don't really see him on stream that often, but you have seen pictures of him in the Discord. He's the best dog. But I remember growing up, Joy and I have always had pets in our lives. Like, her family's always had pets. My family, not as frequently, but I always remembered having pets. I remember my first pet ever was a goldfish that I won at a wedding, oddly enough, one of my cousin's weddings. They had goldfish in little glass containers as centerpieces for the tables at the wedding. And one person around the table had something inside their seat card, like where they sat. And whoever had the marking or whatever got the goldfish, and they could take it home. And I was that lucky winner. Yes. So I got to take him home. I named him Hammy. After the squirrel from Over the Hedge. I named him Hammy after the squirrel in Over the Hedge, because that makes sense. And then I think it was a little bit after that, I went to a fair and I won I won like 3 goldfish from, no, wait, forgive me. At the wedding, my mom or my dad, I can't remember, also won a goldfish, and they gave it to me. So the one that I won was Hammy. The other one I named Frank. And then when I was at a fair, I won another one, and I called that Hammy Junior because it was a lot smaller, and I figured it would die because it was a fair fish. But let me fucking tell you guys, that fair fish, Hammy Jr., the supposed to be smaller one, became the biggest fucking goldfish in our tank. Hammy Jr. became a fucking tank, dude. And it always made me laugh because Hammy Jr. was the biggest one. He was buff. He was a big fucking goldfish, dude. It was insane. He was a huge fucking goldfish. But then later on, my parents got my sister and I each a red-eared slider turtle. And I forget what she called hers. Hers was a little smaller than mine, a little bit more darker green, but mine was a little lighter, but chonkier. And I named him Bubbles, because because whenever he was underwater, he would just sit there and like look at the glass, and he would blow nubbles. Hello, blew bubbles out of his nose, and they would just sit on the tip of his nose. The bubbles would just sit there, and then he would bite them. He would like open his mouth and like bite the bubbles in the water, and it was so fucking funny. And that's why we called them Bubbles. It was a great turtle. Cleaning those tanks, though, god damn, it was annoying. It was fun to put the turtles on the floor and let them run around, but cleaning their tanks, dude, oh my god, turtles smell like shit. Ugh. Oh my god, for real, like the scum across like the stones and the bricks and stuff. We didn't have any fancy like filtration stuff. We just had the basic filtration, so the water was clean. But like there would become grime on like the stones and the bricks that we had put in there. So over time, it became very gross, and we do their monthly tank clean and stuff. And man, it smelled so bad. Oh my god! If anyone else has had turtles, let me know, because oh my god, dude, that shit smelled foul. God damn! Shout out to my dad who had to clean that shit because I was too young to handle that type of stuff, I guess, or I just was smart enough to get out of the work. My dad would clean those tanks, and I would be like, "Oh fuck, it smells so bad." Ugh. But then, after years of asking constantly, we moved to a new place, and right before we moved, I was asking for years and years for a dog. And my parents had a cousin. I was thinking on my mom's side, one of her cousins just had a litter. And not her herself, her dog had a litter. That'd be really weird if a human had a litter of puppies. But her dog had a litter of puppies. The mom was a black lab and the dad was a boxer. And we went, and I got to choose a dog, and I choose the biggest one out of the litter, which was a bad idea because I was like, oh, he's so big, but he's sleeping and he's just so calm and he's cuddly. It's because that dog, Zeke, was the one who would push all the other puppies away, get to the milk and drink relentlessly and run around and shit and like cause havoc, and then sleep during the days when all the other puppies were awake, basically. That dog was a fucking nuisance, but he was the best dog, and my parents still have him. Zeke, he's a fucking black bear, dude. He's huge. He is the chonkiest of boys and built like a fucking rhinoceros. But he became my dad's dog for sure. He was like the family dog, and then now he's like my dad's. And so when I moved out of the house, of course, they stayed with them, and he's really good. He's loud. He talks. When he wants something, he's like, he's like a husky. It's so funny. But Joy grew up with a lot of dogs as well, and when we moved in together and had this apartment, we both missed having an animal around, you know. And so, as her Christmas present / birthday present for 2019, at the beginning of 2020, we adopted from an agency in Texas, and we live in Pennsylvania, so it was very, very odd. that we were able to do this. They have a really cool organization. I'll see if I can find it and post it in the about, because I think it's a really cool program that they run if you live in the United States. But basically, they have a no-kill shelter in Texas, where they bring in a shit ton of dogs from all over the U.S. And house them there, as well as get foster parents for the dogs to look over them and make sure they get the attention they need, and can train them a little bit if they're like untrained, from when they're puppies, and then they get adopted. And the cool thing that they do, besides that already being fucking awesome as shit, if you adopt a dog and you're somewhere else in the United States, after you go through a screening process and an interview, because again, you can't meet the dog, so it is kind of like they want to make sure that you're going to take care of them. They will drive from Texas to wherever the fuck you are to drop off the dog. They drove from Texas to us to meet us to give a dog. Isn't that crazy? When we met them at one of their drop-off locations, and there was like 10 other people getting dogs at our location. And they drove up the East Coast. So like our dog was in their van for like probably like a day or two. And their van is massive. They have a bus for dogs. It's crazy. But the thing with Bandit is we got him right before COVID hit. Like seriously, like it was February of 2020. And I remember like 2 weeks after we got him, everything locked down. Like it was that close together. It was crazy. And our dog, Bandit, he was a dumpster baby. Him and his siblings were found underneath a dumpster at a construction site in Austin, Texas. And his foster parent took in 2 of the puppies, him and his sister, and raised them. And he is the sweetest, most loving dog you'll ever meet. He has severe anxiety and separation issues. So if we leave for like 10 minutes to go like put in laundry or some shit in our building, we come back, he's up and he's like he's like, why did you leave? I'm so happy you're back. And that's the only time we hear him make noise, because he literally does not bark. When I tell you guys he is absolutely quiet, if people who have been in my streams, you guys have never heard him bark once, have you? Never heard him make noise. The only time you guys hear him make noise, even on this podcast, is when he shakes, like he did a little bit ago. When he shakes off and you hear the jingle of his collar. That's the only time you guys hear him, because he is absolutely quiet. I've only heard him bark 4 times since we've gotten him, and it was out of excitement. He goes, oh, and he's got a deep fucking bark. He's small. But he has a deep bark. So when we heard him bark for the first time, we were like, what the fuck? But he listens to everything. We don't need a leash for him when we're going around places we know, because he will just walk alongside us. He is the best boy. He is the best boy in the goddamn world. We lucked out so fucking hard with this dog. I swear to God. Joy and I were just talking about this yesterday with everything that we've been just talking about, that we couldn't have asked for a better dog. The only thing bad, and I'm saying bad in quotations, because, you know, people are like, nah, the only thing bad about it is this. Like, it's like one of those things where it's not actually a bad thing. It's just one of those, like, you know, annoyances. The only thing bad about our dog is his breath. My God. This dog, he's a little gentleman. He wears sweaters because he's from Texas, so he gets kind of cold in the winter because it's colder up here. The only thing bad about our dog is his breath, because goddamn, this dog's breath is like taking a whiff of an elephant's asshole. I swear to God, this dog's breath is so fucking bad. We've tried so many different things. He doesn't like hard treats or hard dog food. He only likes soft stuff because I don't know, he doesn't like to chew. Maybe it's because he was trained not to chew anything, but he doesn't like things that are hard. So like when we give him treats, it's got to be like a jerky or a soft chew or something like that. And so those bone things that help him help the breath and stuff, he doesn't like chewing on. We've tried getting him like this mouthwash stuff. It's like a green tea supplement you put in his water. He likes it. He drinks it, but it doesn't do much for his breath. We've tried so many things, and it just doesn't work. And his breath is so foul. His breath is so foul. But we love him. We absolutely love him. He's the best dog. And with what happened last week, I thought I'd take some time to talk about it because he's been the best Christmas present that Joy and I have gotten for each other in our entire life. Like, that's the best Christmas gift. And we just love him dearly. He's the best dog. He loves to run. The only thing he likes to do is play fetch, guys. The only thing he likes to do is play fetch. We've tried frisbees. We've tried tug of war. We've tried some chew toys. We tried, and he doesn't do it. He doesn't like chewing. He doesn't like. The only thing he likes to do is play fetch. If you go outside with a tennis ball and you just throw it, he will book his ass. He's fast. He will book his ass to the ball, bring it back, drop it, and be like, "I'm ready." He'll put his butt up in the air and go down on his front paws and be like, "I'm ready for you to throw it again, Dad. Come on." And he'll do that until he collapses. He will run and grab that ball and play fetch until he collapses. The only thing he likes to do outside, besides just walking around and sniffing and rolling in the grass and stuff, he's the best dog. He is literally the best dog. Sorry, everybody. If you have a dog, mine's better than yours. No, I love dogs. I 100% when Joy and I move and we have a bigger place, one of the things we are considering is getting him a friend because I think it'd be good for him to have another dog to play with because we take him to the dog park and stuff, and there's the one nearby, and he plays with the other dogs. He loves playing with the other dogs. He's more scared of humans than he is of dogs. But they've got to be a female. He normally only likes female dogs. Some male dogs he gets scared of. And if they're bigger than him, he doesn't like it. He only likes it when they're like his size or smaller. I think he's scared of like bigger male dogs, like alphas. That makes sense. But yeah, he's the best. He's the best boy. Such a good boy. So this Christmas, guys, at the end of the day, just make sure to tell your loved ones you love them, and tell your pets you love them. Give them some extra cuddles, some extra treats. Get them a nice little bone or jerky or whatever, and make sure that they know how important they are to you. You know, and take some time for you guys. Also, Christmas or holidays or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate during this time, take some time for you. It's been an entire year. You know, it's been an entire year of crazy shit for 2 years, okay? Take some time for you. Get some good food. Have some hot cocoa. Grab an apple cider. You know, pop your feet up. Put on a good movie. Go on a hike. Get a tattoo. Get a nose piercing. Do something for you. You know, you guys deserve it. It's been a fucking whirlwind the last 2 years. Everyone has been through so much. Take some treat yourself, please. For the love of God, treat yourself. We deserve it. All of us as a whole, everyone deserve to treat ourselves, okay? It's been a lot. But we're almost through it. Hopefully. I say that with the highest of positive and optimistic outlooks. But I hope everyone who listens to the podcast and is out there and all that jazz has a wonderful Christmas. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow or tonight when you guys are listening to this. And on Friday, which is Christmas Eve, I won't be streaming on Christmas Day, but I will be streaming the day after Christmas. And then on Thursday, it's just like normal in the Discord. We'll be doing some trophy hunting, follow up with a Bond movie. And then we might follow it up with a Christmas movie. I'm not sure. I think we might. I'm going to talk to Crimson about it. But I appreciate you guys for listening. I hope you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful Christmas. Because again, we all deserve it. We all deserve to have a fucking great holiday. Okay, we all deserve to have a great fucking holiday. It's been a fucking whirlwind of the last 2 years. But thank you all for listening. Thank you for giving me the greatest gift. Like, not to be fucking cliche, but to be fucking sappy as shit, because I mean it. Thank you for giving me the greatest fucking gift in the world, to be able to do this as a job, because as crazy as the last 2 years have been, I fucking love this job. The amount of things that I get to do, I'm just there's no words. There's no words. But thank you guys. That's all I'll say. fucking A. That's all I'll say. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Seriously. I'm excited for this next year, for all the new things to come. But yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Avita Zane. Bye guys. Thanks.